morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome back to Abstract Medicine. I hope you're all doing well. As you can see, there is a very different setup today, and I probably will be using this setup when it's very, 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 very hot. So the setup is slightly different, but that's okay. It's much cooler down here. Have a look at the Instagram page, abstract_medicine, for daily readings, or at least 3 to 4 times a week, daily videos about general messages for the collective that you need to hear. Okay, they're also timeless videos. So today we're going to be having a look at a pick a pile, and we're going to be looking at how do people see you. Okay, so how do people see you? So we're going to be choosing from 3 piles. I'm going to be showing you the piles in 1 second. But before we begin, I'd like to say thank you so much for pressing the like button. It's just a very, very easy way to show your appreciation for the channel, for my efforts as well, and to really help those algorithms, those pesky algorithms, to allow people to see my videos here on YouTube, Abstract Medicine, so that others can also be in the recipient energy of these messages as well. For those of you who are wanting to book a reading with me, you can book directly on the website under the healing page, which I will link below. For those of you who find it difficult to find the website, I will link it down below in the comment section. And in the comment section, you will also find the timestamps for each pile. So if you're wanting to listen to all of the piles, you can do that, or you can select 1 or 3 piles or 2 piles, but you can find the direct timestamps down below for those of you who are new to the channel. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, and I'm looking forward to reading your energies today through spirit. I'm an artist, I'm an abstract artist with works all over the world, and I've been successfully working as an artist for about 12 years now, I think, or maybe more. I have a BA degree, a master's degree as well. I am based in England, and I also work and travel to the US a lot. So hi to my US family. And I also have a podcast called Hype A, HYPE, and then A, Hype A, for those who are interested in getting into the creative field. It's really about amplifying voices in the arts in general. So for those of you who are wanting to get into the arts, music, film, theatre, fashion design, makeup, whatever it may be in the creative industries, you will probably most likely love Hype A, where I talk to and interview incredible, inspiring leaders in the creative industries. So you can find Hype A across all podcast platforms, including Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Audible, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. That will also be linked down below in the description box if you want to go and check Hype A out. There's also the Hype A website, which is www.hype and then -a.com. That's www.hype-a.com. And if you're curious and you want to know about what I do as an artist, you can check out my website, which will also be linked in the description box below, which is www.cristallinafischetti.com. That's www.cristallinafischetti.com. And I won't be spelling that out to you. It's a very long Italian Colombian name, and you will find that down below in the description box. So with all of that being said, and thank you so much for patience, let's get on to your reading. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to doing this. Okay. All right. So the piles that we have today is the Psychic Tarot. Okay. So we have the Psychic Tarot. We have the Motherscapes deck. Okay, Motherscapes deck. And we have the Starman Tarot deck, the Starman Tarot deck, inspired by David Bowie. Okay, so this is going to be pile 1, this is going to be pile 2, and this is going to be pile 3. Just before you go to your timestamp and you select your pile, just take a moment to pause the video if you feel like it, or just tune in for a moment with me now. If you want, we can take a deep breath together and let it out, and one more, and let it out, and one more, And let it out. Wonderful. And you can select your pile. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'm also interested in doing an ASMR as well. So I might be doing an ASMR on abstract medicine on the yoga playlist. So if you fancy listening to me doing some ASMR, shuffling the cards, then let me know and I will provide that service for you. Okay, so we're going to start with pile 1. Okay. Pile 1, numero uno. So for those of you who picked this pile, welcome and welcome to my channel. Please also make sure to subscribe to Abstract Medicine as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so how do people see you, pile 1? How do people see pile 1 spirit, angels, ancestors, guides in the light and protection? How can we pull some cards and get some guidance as well about how people see and perceive pile 1? Okay, so for those of you who picked the psychic tarot, you are, if you don't know, natural psychics. Things happen, things take place, events take place where you have a nudge about something and you saw it happen beforehand. Some of you are also really clairvoyant and also very intuitive as well. And people may see you like that. People say, oh my gosh, pile 1 is incredibly clairvoyant and psychic. We have destiny as well. Okay, so just peeping through. So a lot of you, pile 1, you have people around you, or you have people who see you and perceive you as someone who's really living their destiny, living their purpose, who may have gone through a few things with emotional loss as well. And I'm hearing that song Flying Higher Than an Eagle. So you're really soaring high, pile 1. So you may be soaring very high and people may see you like that. So let's have a look, pile 1, at how people see you, pile 1. Okay, let's continue to tap into those energies, pile 1. Very fun and happy going as well. Rejoice in celebration as well, we have here. Okay, sorry, I should have shown it like that. See, look, and intuition, that's amazing. You know, rejoice in celebration and tuition. I'm also picking up on Celtic, Celtic and Gaelic as well, and patience and planning. So you're people that really plan for success, I'm hearing, and you always achieve it. You always strive for success and you always achieve it. Okay, pile 1. So let's have a look what other cards come out from the Psychic Tarot. Yeah, look, again, so I put this card back in the deck and it's come out again as a confirmation that you are intuitive and I'm intuitive, and I knew that this was all about you being intuitive, pile 1, and people perceive you as being very intuitive, pile 1. So you're very intuitive. You really have an understanding of what destiny is and what fate is. You have an understanding of that. Let me just make sure that the glare isn't glaring too much. I've got my water here and I've got my cup of tea. Staying hydrated, people, staying hydrated. Okay, so yeah, you're very intuitive. High Priestess energy. Some of you may have been initiated into a ceremony. I'm also hearing some of you may have also gone through the run of the mill of a cult. Okay, so some of you may have really gone through many different schools of wisdom and teaching, mystery schools as well, maybe in this lifetime or in another lifetime. I'm picking up on pile 1. And I'm seeing that the reason why you went through those schools of alternative teaching, let's just say, is so that you could I'm hearing register. You could register and record for the Akashic Records. Okay, so the Akashic Records is a library of events that take place in your own life from many different timelines, whether it's your past, present, or future lifetime. Okay, so there's a massive library called the Akasha. You may also love reading, and people see you as being very emotionally intelligent, very intellectually intelligent, as well as book smart and academically intelligent too. You're very switched on and you're very tuned in. You may not say very much. People may perceive you as being maybe even quiet, or maybe you started out in your childhood as being very quiet. Wow, sacrifice. Okay, we have strong Pisces energy here. So a lot of you may have Pisces in your moon, your sun, your rising, or your Venus, and even your Mars placements in Western astrology or your Vedic astrology. So check those out, okay? We have Hawaii as being a place where you feel instantly connected to, and maybe you receive many inspirational and intuitive downloads there in that place. That's what I'm seeing for you, Pole One. I'm trying my best to like not allow the glare to disrupt the reading and the cards. That's what I'm seeing for you, Pole One. You are very self-sacrificing as well. You're very caring, you're very intuitive. The shadow aspect of Pisces is someone who is over-loving and therefore is taken for granted, and people may have misused you. Okay, so people may see you as being very kind, very sweet, very beautiful, very soft featured as well. So like classically beautiful, but also like you have soft features. Pole One. Um, Unusual looking as well, slightly unusual, slightly unusual. And I would say kind of out of this world. We have 212. Um, I'm also hearing that song by Azalea Banks. Yeah, 212. And it's got like an alarm sound in the background. Yeah, you probably know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, you may be very self-sacrificing. You may put other people's needs before your own. Very compassionate, very friendly, very sweet. But you may also be quite introverted, or you like time alone, and you recharge your energy from spirit. You also have a connection to the fifth dimension. You have maybe even the capacity to see things that other people may not necessarily be able to see through your clairvoyance. Um, some of you may also be synesthetes as well. So someone like myself, I hear color. So you may hear color, you may taste color. Like there's a crossing of the senses here. But in any case, you are very psychic, or you have abilities that only you know that others don't. Okay. And I'm also hearing that song, somewhere only we know. So you may have grown up as well, Pole One, as an only child, but you were very connected with your spirit friends as well, I'm hearing, and you may have had an imaginary friend, quote unquote, as well, Pole One. So people see you as very imaginative, very intuitive, very compassionate, very self-sacrificing, but you kind of live in your own world. You're very dreamy as well, just not only in terms of your physical aesthetics, but you are a dreamer, and I wouldn't take that as a trigger, because I feel like some of you may have been told, you're such a dreamer, you're not realistic. But actually, people who are dreamers and who are living in the world of the fifth dimension are actually the ones that really change the world. And I feel like, Pole One, you have a really important purpose in this lifetime. You have a very important purpose to accomplish in this lifetime. And for a lot of you, you may have taken the vow of chastity in this lifetime, and because it also resonates with another lifetime where you may have done that. We have sacral chakra, which is the sexy chakra. So orange could be one of your favorite colors, but you have a very high sex drive. We also have number 2 again. So one of your purposes in this life, just as a side note, is to be in partnership with someone who also is like-minded, Pole 2, who vibrates very high, is also very confident. People see you as very confident, Pole 2. People see you as very driven. People see you as very creative with the sacral chakra, but also very sexy and charming and magnetic and mysterious, Pole 1. That's how people see you. So we have 2, 1, 2, and then 2. So you may be seeing, you have an innate ability to understand numerology. You have coding within your DNA, that you are able to decipher messages that other people may not be able to understand. So yes, you may be able to break certain codes. Like you're such whiz kids that you're able to actually you're able to do coding, like computer coding, but also you're able to understand like secret codes as well, and you're also able to understand the secret codes from the universe. Beautiful. This card came through. We have truth. Yeah, you're living your truth, and people see you as being very honest. Pole one. People see you as being very honest, very intuitive. I'm hearing, but with your intuition, you're very commanding. So it's not like you push an agenda towards people. You're just your self confidence is what helps you thrive in this life. We have another two. My goodness me. Pole one, you are very balanced. People see you as being very balanced. Um, you're the right choice for many people. Um, you're the right choice for many people. We have S and S here, double S's here. So you may have double S in your name, or it's kind of like coming across as shh. So you're very quiet. You have a quiet confidence. That's it. You have a very quiet confidence, and you also like silence. And people people are aware of that. Some of you may also be is it neurodivergent, is that right? You have very sensitive ears. So you may need to wear earplugs or something when you're out and about. You don't like loud crowds or loud places or busy places. And if you have to be in busy places, you prefer to be in the water, by the ocean, by the sea, in nature, or even in the sanctuary of your own home. I'm hearing pile one, and people see that they may not necessarily invite you to parties, and you may have been like when you were growing up as a kid, feeling like an outsider and feeling like you didn't fit in, and it's actually it was kind of in your benefit because you didn't want to be in those parties anyway. Pole one, but yes, they see you as very truthful. They see that you live your truth. Pile one. This is the judgment card usually in the tarot. And judgment card, so they see you as having very, very clear and good judgment of people. You have a very good ear. So you may also be very musical, and people see you as being like an all-round creative. So you may have also I just heard the gift of the gab. You may be able to speak very well. You have a very good voice, a truthful voice, a clear voice. Some of you may have a very high-pitched voice, which is very naturally high-pitched. You may be sopranos as well, or people see you as being very creative in general. But they also see you have very good judgment of people as well, and you have a very good judgment of things, of life, of the truth of this world. You may also be people see you as being wiser than your years, and you may have grown up really fast, and or people see you in that way, or people see you as just being someone who they go to for counsel. You may attract a lot of broken wings, like people who have broken wings. You may attract a lot of people who are asking for your advice and your counsel, and it's because they trust you. So people trust you. Pile one. They trust your judgment. You have a very objective view of the world, even though you are very intuitively connected to the universe. You have a very objective view on the world. So I'm picking up on Libra energy as well. So you're very compassionate, understanding of other people's struggles, situations as well. You kind of put yourself in their shoe, and people love that you have a very balanced approach to life. Okay, so I'm now going to put these cards above. So there will most probably be a glare, and I'm going to bring these cards out. Okay, so we have patience. We have foundation and achievements. Okay. And we have material harvest, number 14, number 4, and 9. Okay, so you're definitely very connected to the archangels as well, pile one. We have 4 and 4, which is the archangels' energies. So you have very strong guidance. So to be honest with you, your most of your friends live in the spiritual realm, pile one. You find sanctuary there. Your spiritual home, or where you find home, is in the universe, and you may have really found it very difficult to fit in this world. Pile one is what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing here, because you kind of live in another world. You live in another world. People see you as being very otherworldly, very happy. We have double rainbows here. Very charming, very sweet, very kind, compassionate, very loving, very peaceful. They see you as being very patient. You put work into something, you have a trust that things are going to work out, because you have a trust in the universe. When you're very connected with the universe and the patterns of life and the flow of life, you know that everything's going to work out well with you. And also on top of that, you're very connected and you're very spiritually protected, and people see that. People also see if they may have taken advantage of you in their past, in your past, sorry. People see that you're not someone who you should be taken advantage of in any way or shape or form, because they also worry, for those of them who are very low vibrational, they worry that you actually cast spells against them. I don't feel like you do any black magic, dark magic. I don't see that. I feel, if anything, you kind of thrive and have learnt to face your shadow and um to just become a better person. Now, there are two types of people um that experience two different things. When something really bad happens to them and they're a victim of their circumstances, or they are a victim of a situation that was very, very, like, I'm hearing evil, toxic, difficult, painful to deal with, one person will transmute those pains and um become more in their light body, more in their truth, more healed, let's say, and more in service to others. Another person who may have gone through the same experience will actually become bitter and turn evil, maybe, and inflict those same painful atrocities that they have experienced as a victim to other people, in order to find some sort of balance or retribution. Now, with you, Pole One, you actually you may be triggered. You may want to have a personal vendetta on people, but as soon as you think that thing, you kind of check yourself and you go, you know what, it's not up for me to continue to be the victim here. I need to rise above that. Okay, so people see you, Pole One, as people who take time on your own sometimes in order to recharge your body and your energies, especially if you've gone through lots of difficulties and you've been there for other people where others haven't been there for you. They notice that you kind of take a time out, and they respect that, and then you come out much lighter, brighter, and you glow brighter as well. Some people have a judgment over you that you are too kind, you are too sweet, you are too self-sacrificial as well. um but who are they to judge, because they haven't experienced the same things that you have. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. um I'm also seeing that with patience, you could have Pisces as well as Sagittarius in your chart, so Sun, Moon, Rising in your natal chart as well. Again, we have that balance that we spoke about earlier. So people see you as very balanced and measured, and very well tempered. This is usually the Temperance card in the major arcana. We have four major arcanas in your reading, Pearl One. We have Intuition, which is the High Priestess usually, the Sacrifice, which is the Hanged Man, the Judgment card, which is the 20th, the Truth, and we have the Temperance card, which is Patient. They see you as being very balanced. You have fire, you have drive here as well, signified with a sacral chakra, and confidence, and an inner confidence, and a quiet confidence as well as you have emotional intelligence, which is also amplified here with the Patience card, Temperance card, because it's fire and water balanced together. So even if you are angry, it's only for a little minute. It's not for like years and years. I don't feel like you have resentment for things, and if you do, you kind of go into retreat and fix that. You face that and you fix it, and people kind of really respect that. They wish that they could be that, and your energies kind of, you sort of think, well, you can do that if you want to. You just have to face a shadow and be on your own for a bit. I feel like some of you do a lot of shamanic work as well. Or you go to tarot readers like myself, you go to cartomancy readers, you go to Reiki healers, you go to people who have spiritual insight. You believe in all of these things, and you're not here to prove a point to people that you believe. You just believe, and I feel like that quiet confidence is very attractive, and I feel like a lot of people would like to be you, Pile One. um and You reflect something in people that they wish that they could be, Pile One. So you have a major impact on people, Pile One. You have a major impact on people. um you also like to hang back and withdraw your energies, as I mentioned before. and you love your home. Okay, so I'm picking up on strong Venusian energy, Taurus, as well as a Libra, exalted in Pisces, as well. I feel like you do very well for yourself. You may have bought a house for yourself. You may like to buy a house. You're very self-sufficient, or you're very homely, and people love to be in your energy, and like you're very warm, high spirited. You make really good food that people love. You have a wonderful home. You smell nice as well. Pearl one is what I'm saying, and you also create a lovely like balanced energy about you that people really love, and they feel very comfortable around you. You're very comfortable and comfy. You also give great hugs, and you also give great advice as well, Pearl one. We also have material harvest. Okay, um, so which is usually the Nine of Pentacles. So you could be single at this time. You may have been single, and you may have been abstaining from, physical intimacy from someone, or even from your partner, or, maybe even if you have a family and you've got kids as well, you may want to go on a spiritual retreat, or just be on your own for a while as well, Pile One, and people see that and respect that of you, and that's how they see you. They also see you as someone who goes slow with an endeavor, and makes very good profit out of it. So people see you as being very wealthy, not only wealthy with knowledge and spiritual knowledge, as well as intellectual knowledge and insight. You have a lot of experience under your belt. Again, the message of you being wiser than your years is coming up strongly too. Some of you who are single are really thriving being single at this time, because you're germinating something that people are kind of are anticipating, and are waiting and looking forward to seeing what this is. For a lot of you, you are creatives, and so you may have a creative project that people are like really looking forward to seeing what comes out. So they're kind of like gasping, they're kind of they will gasp when this project comes out, because I feel like it's going to be very fruitful, and I feel like you're going to make a lot of financial success. They see you as being very financially successful. You do a lot of things independently, even though you are in a relationship, or if you are single at this time. You are very and it's not the question of, it's not a thing about luck here. You're very diligent, and I'm also hearing you're very conservative. So some of you are very conservative in the sense that you don't always show, again, mysterious is coming up too, you don't always show people what you're up to. You just kind of launch that thing, or you share that message once it's ready, and people just go, wow, that's amazing. So that level of mystery, keep it up, because actually it's the very thing that Spirit is saying that will grant you major success. Okay, they see you as a high achiever, and they see you as kind of being someone who isn't toxic, is very kind of clear, calm, correct, and you're not there to prove a point to others. You're just there to live your truth and your purpose. Again, going back to the original message, and this card wants to come through. You may have dealt with conflicts in your past, and maybe even defeat as well. But I feel like you've had to go back a few steps, or even back a few years, in order to correct some errors. So this is part of your Akashic record, or your karma, as you will. Um, um, so that you could like clear out those mistakes. So you're very thorough. People see you as being very thorough and methodical, consistent, diligent, driven, creative, sexy, attractive, unconventionally beautiful, as well as conventionally beautiful, mysterious, conservative, um, comfortable, warm as well, loving, compassionate. But yeah, they see you as being someone who gets away, moves away. If you sense any conflict in the air, you move in the opposite direction. You move very quickly in the opposite direction as well. Pile one is what I'm seeing. We have patience and planning again. So I feel like right now you're sort of like patiently planning to do something. I don't know what that is, but people are kind of waiting in anticipation to see what that is. Very short reading for all of you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know how it resonates for you. Make sure to comment down below and let me know how this resonates for you, and is it correct? Do people see you like this? Do you sense that people see you like this? And yeah, just let me know. And you just know that this is a general reading. If you like to go to Pole 2 and Pole 3, you can do that as well. If you like to book a private reading with me, you can do that directly on my website, which is going to be pinned in the comment below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. God bless. Take care. Bye for now. Pole 2, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who have picked the Motherscapes tarot deck, welcome to your reading. Let's go and have a look and see how people see you. Pole 2, angels, ancestors, guides in the light. Please help me to deliver the messages for Pole 2 with the Motherscapes tarot, and letting them know, giving them some guidance as well about how people see you. They see you as being very well-rounded. For those of you who picked this pile, this is the Motherscapes tarot deck, and it's very earthly, it's very moon child energy, it's very flower power energy, it's very hippie energy, very bohemian energy. You may live off grid, or you want to live off grid, and people see you as being very connected to Mother Earth, nature. You eat healthy as well, or at least that's what people see you as. Very health based. You may also look at botanical, you know, botany. You have an interest in botany, anthropology, the human condition, very philosophical. You love biological things. You may have also loved biology as a subject. You may continue to read books on biology. I'm seeing someone who really loves plants and has like all these amazing books on plants and botany, and like beautiful illustrations as well of plants and flowers and vegetation, and like those very cool 70s books, like those collectible 70s books. I'm seeing you you have those in your library, or this is what you want as a book stash, I'm hearing. But people see you as being very kind of connected and well-rounded, and you kind of like an all-rounder. Like people see you, Pal 2, as someone who loves to entertain and loves to have a lot of um people around them. Like you're very friendly with all people. I'm picking up on strong Aquarius. I'm picking up on strong Aquarius energy. You get on with everyone. But the shadow aspect of Aquarius is very judgmental. So you might have been dealing with that and maybe clearing out you being so judgmental, part two. But we're gonna have a look and see what else. Okay. You may love to be in a tribe or in a group. You sort of recharge your energy from other people, possibly, or alone, but you just are kind of very balanced as well. So let's have a look. Pole 2, pole 2, how people see pole 2. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Wow, we have the priestess here as well. So we have the priestess in pole 1 as well. Oh, we've got a fly come in, so that's great. Wow, we have the Empress. Yeah, that's what I was picking up on, like Mother Earth energy. We have it here, Mother energy here. Get away, fly. And we have the Chariot. This is beautiful. This person here is actually Nun, which is the goddess of the river, I believe, in Egypt. By the way, in Egypt. So we have a connection with Egypt here. Pole 3, sorry, Pole 2, my apologies. Pole 2, you are also, you may have listened to Pole 1 as well. You may listen to all piles, to be honest, and that's totally fine. You may also be very intuitive. I'm picking up on strong feminine energy as well here, to be honest, but I'm picking up on you being very homely, homebodies. So let's just go with the star signs first and foremost. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mars, I'm hearing. Could be Taurus here, could be Cancer, and could be Pisces here. Okay, so you're very well rounded. You could be a mother. You may have been. You're very maternal. Pole 1, sorry, oh my goodness. Pole 2, my apologies. Pole 2, honestly, there may be some crossovers between Pole 1 and Pole 2, to be honest. Pole 2, you may be a mother. You may be very, very maternal, very peaceful, very beautiful, very Venusian here with the mirror here. Pole 2, you may love nature. I'm serious. Honestly, I'm seeing plants and planting and crops. Pole 2, people see you as very beautiful. You may have, again, this kind of Aquarius energy I'm picking up on too. You may have an alternative style of dressing that is very unconventional. Pole two, that's what I'm saying. You have an unconventional dress code, I'm hearing. Um, Honestly, some of you could also be very, very hippie as well. Let me just show you this card and like cover her a little bit. You may be very hippie, and you kind of get on with all types of people from all over the world. You may be very well-rounded travelers, and people love the fact that you love to travel, picking up on Sagittarius energy too. And you just love to be naked, and you don't have any shame about your body. And why should you? No one should have any shame about their body. You love the sunshine, and people love how mother energy you are. You love to like walk around naked, or you have a very free spirit. Part two is what I'm picking up on. You have a very free spirit, and people love to be in your energy. Because you, to be honest, I'm seeing that people inspire you, Part two. Sorry, you inspire people. You inspire people, Pole 2. You inspire people to be their natural selves unapologetically. You may change your hair a lot, and people are like, "Oh, what's Pole 2 gonna wear this time? What kind of hair are they gonna rock this time? Are they gonna dye their hair pink? You know, you can have your hair pink one day and then black the next. You know, with dreads one moment and then shaved the next. You know, very Aquarius energy, as well. I'm picking up on Scorpio too. You love to travel, Poltoon. People love to see you travel. You may also be like, you'd make really good travel bloggers as well, or inspirational like influencers as well online. But I think you're almost like too cool for that. You know what? I'm picking up on Lisa Bonet. So Lisa Bonet could be one of your heroines as well, Paul too. So you could be picking up on her, and I'm picking up on her energy, and people see you as like being like ridiculously gorgeous, like drop dead gorgeous, Paul too. I am picking up on women in particular, but if you are a man or you don't want to conform to gender stereotypes, I'm picking up on a very, very strong feminine energy that you are exuding. You exude a lot of femininity. You have a beautiful way that you walk. You're very graceful with how you do things, with how you walk. You love jewelry. People basically see you as a gift from heaven. Pole two. They love how you dress. You could be fashion designers as well, regardless of gender and identity. I'm seeing that people see you as being very abundant, very fruitful. Kind of whatever you touch turns to gold. And I am picking up on this very strong connection with Egypt as well, with this goddess Nun, one of the goddesses of Egypt, which I just read about actually yesterday. Um, and you love to bask in the sunshine, picking up on strong Leo energy as well. So you have a balance between Leo and Cancer, um, Virgo and Pisces. I can't remember what the opposite of Taurus and Libra are, but yeah, I'm picking up on you, Pile 2. You're very abundant, and people see you as being just very hippie. It's almost like you were born in the wrong era in 2023. Like, you would have people see you as being someone who would have fitted very, very well in the 60s and 70s, at least in the 60s in particular, late 60s, the era of love. You're very creative, and people see you as that. You're very loving as well, and people see you as that. They see you as being very driven with a chariot, but also very focused. And you're very focused, Pole 2. You, again, we have two cards of the mother here. We have two cards. The Empress and the Chariot is the mother. Because the Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the Empress card is ruled by Venus. So very feminine energies and maternal energies, the mother in particular. People see you as being great mums if you are a mum, a great parent with a lot of feminine, like traditionally feminine approaches. So you're very good at like tending to nature, and like, you know, because we have masculine and femininity in our world, in our planet. So you're very caring and nurturing, and um but you also have this balance. I'm also picking up on someone who loves safari as well, safaris. So you kind of, to be honest with you, pile two, people see you as living in a little bit of a utopia. Like you have like your own sanctuary, and people see you as living in a utopia where you, again, like this hippie energy of like you see the world as universal, and you see the world as one, and you don't understand why people fight. You don't understand why we have wars, because you're all about peace and love here. Um, you believe in one world, and you believe in, you love, you are people that people perceive as someone who um has an appreciation and a respect for all types of religions, all types of creeds, all types of cultures. And you're so well rounded because you've traveled, for many of you, you travel to a lot of these countries that people would love to go to. I am picking up on strong Africa here. So you are very connected to your roots, because Africa is where humanity has come from, believe it or not. That's where we all come from. You have a very Eve energy about you. And pile two, if I keep saying pile one, I apologize. I think there are a few crossovers. Pile two, you are very connected to the spiritual world. You are very intuitive. That goes without saying. You are very creative. You like to kind of, you love your own company, but you also love the company of others. You love to be pampered, pile two, and people see that. They love to gift you things. People just have a natural inclination to gift you things. They see you as a goddess, pile two. They see you as someone who's just landed from heaven, and you have all of this like beautiful feminine energy that you are exuding. You have a very strong sex appeal as well, pile two. Very strong sex appeal because you're so self-confident, and that's how people see you, pile two. We have the Five of Wands. Okay, the Five of Wands. Okay, so pile two, what I'm picking up on, to be honest with you, is that people may feel the need to compete with you. For those of you particularly who are women, or who are resonating with the messages so far. If you're not resonating with these messages in pile two, then go to pile one or pile three. This probably isn't your pile if you're not resonating with the messages. And I've got paint on my nail, which is really annoying. Struggle's real. Okay, anyway, Polty, there are people here, particularly women or other feminine energies, who feel the need to compete with you, because you exude such femininity. People want to be with you, people want to sleep with you, and these people who are trying to compete either for your attention, or people who are trying to compete to be you, or want to have an argument with you, because if they have an argument with you, then it means that they're at least in your circle, which is really twisted. Or if you give them any kind of attention, like you're a cut above the rest. I'm hearing you're a cut above the rest, and if you give anyone any sort of attention, people will just like swoon, even if it's like an argument, or you telling someone off. Like they're either turned on by that, or they're like really impressed and like happy that you actually could see them. I'm picking up on sort of like Mount Olympus vibes, where you would, like, people see you as someone who wouldn't talk to lonely peasants, let's say, the local like um plebs, plebiscites. You're people who like live on this other world. I'm picking up on people here, Paltu, who are either very, very famous, very well known for whatever it is that you do, and Paltu people, you're kind of like gods or goddesses, and Paltu people see you like that, and they want to kind of have any kind of interaction with you, even if it's bad, even if it's conflictual. That's how they see you, Paltu. Let's see what else. So let's move out of the way. You could be a life path number 3, life path number 7, as well, or life path number 2 with the priestess, as well. Wow, we have the devil. Okay, we've got 15. You are a major temptation for so many people. So for people who are married, or who are in a long-term relationship, they fantasize about you. they will not tell you this, but this is how people see you. They see you as someone that they would want to be with. Now, remember, I did mention that earlier. Um, they see you as someone they want to be with. I'm picking up on someone who's very well known, and part two, they see you as someone who they would love to be with in a physical, intimate arena. Okay, use your imagination. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of light. You glow. You have a lot of light and lots of stardom energy, Pal 2. We have a crone here, which I'll show you in a minute as well. Pal 2, people see you as people who are they're very tempting. They will do anything. They will wash your feet. They will lick your feet clean if they needed to. They'll be your slave. I'm hearing they'll be your love slave. I'm hearing Paul too. They will do anything that it takes. They will walk over. I'm seeing someone who's walking, like, hot sand, and you have to wear sandals when you're walking on hot sand, or like boots. People will walk on hot sand barefoot and be scolded just to be with you. Now, I'm picking up on someone who loves BDSM as well. So there's someone here, Paltu, who would love to have the honor, oh my god, Paltu, to be scolded by you, to be controlled by you, to be told off by you. These are people who have mother wounds, who have a very distorted very distorted love language. And I'm not saying that like tying other people up is like a bad thing. What I'm saying is that inflicting harm on other people is not actually a healthy way of expressing your feelings. Okay, so pole 2, this is how people see you. They would want to be um told off by you, because the thing is that you have such a commanding presence, pole 2. You're such a commanding presence. You have such inner strength and outward strength. You have a stardom energy. Your light shines. You're very well known. You're very popular. You're kind of an all-rounder. You're very good at everything. You're not even multitasking. You just are very balanced people, and you have lots of different projects, and they all flourish abundantly, prosperously. You have a lot of wealth, or at least people see you as living a luxurious life and lifestyle. And you have everything, and what can anyone gift you? They want to gift you something, but you have everything, but they still want to give you something. But people just want to be in your presence, and they want to be. I'm hearing. So what I'm picking up on a femme fatale energy, and I'm also picking up on Marilyn Monroe, and I'm picking up on the song "I Want to Be Loved by You." And I think you might find it a little bit annoying that people just see you as as an object of desire, part 2, because you're so much more than that. The thing is, I feel like the thing is, though, is that your beauty, your looks, are a gift from spirit, and they are a gift. So part 2, I feel like you are profiting from your looks in one way or another. I feel like you are profiting from your gifts, from your looks as a gift, like through online, maybe through alternative healing practices or methods, or through acting, through music, through some sort of creative path. Strong Capricorn energy here. The crone, we have someone who's very wise here. And I think that you've actually, part 2, I think you've actually gone through a lot. So I think on the outside, people think, oh, you're like living a life of dreams. You've had it easy. I mean, they don't necessarily see that you've had it like majorly easy, but you've had it easier than others, and that's how people see you, Paul, too. People see that you've had it easier than others, but actually they don't know, they don't realize that you've been hurt, and maybe even have been hurt, like really hurt, by people who've taken advantage of your innocence, maybe even in your childhood, took advantage of your beauty, and took advantage of your body, took advantage of your personal power. They overstep boundaries. You can use your imagination on what those mean. And people don't realize that you've been through so much, part 2. you've been really through the dark. You've been really controlled. You may have actually been you may have had like, Marilyn Monroe also had a very difficult childhood. And you really may have gone through something similar like her, but her beauty was what she was known for. And she was known as a physical emblem of desire. As annoying as it was for her, um, she was also very creative, and she was also all about Black power as well. Like um, she was it is it Fitzgerald, the singer. She would invite her friends to go and see, to her famous Hollywood friends, to go and see Black musicians at the time, and would make sure that these Black musicians were walking through the main door as the star act, rather than through the side door, through the kitchen door. You know, and so she was someone like yourselves, Paul, too, who see the world in not even multicolor, that you see everyone as the same. So, and I feel like there is people see you as, okay, so there's two types of people that see you. Perceive you. People perceive you as having it all. You have looks, and that's kind of enough. That's kind of your golden ticket. You have good looks, you're charming, you're a well-rounded person, you're creative. Um, but somehow you live off your beauty somehow, like through acting or music or something like that. But people who are actually in your inner circle, they know what you've been through. So people don't act, not all people, the majority of people that you are shining a light on don't have access to your inner circle, and they will do anything to have even a little bit of access to your inner circle, even if it's through slander or saying horrible things about you, or maybe you're out in public and they physically grope you or something like that, and that's a horrible thing. That's not a nice thing to take place. They will do anything to just be with you. It's kind of like an energy of possession. People are possessed by your beauty and your talents, and it's very, very toxic. Part two. This is the devil card. It's very, very toxic. But you've been through similar energies in your childhood, I feel, and I feel that a lot of people don't know about these darknesses. They don't know how difficult it is for you to get up in the morning. Sometimes, you may have had to resort to, like Marilyn Monroe, some kind of medical obsession, let's say. So taking in certain medicines, so that, or even having an addiction for certain medicines, just to cope with life, or turning up late to your casting, for example, or to your film set, for example. And I feel that people just have no idea that you look amazing, but they have no idea that you had really dark thoughts that morning, and you had major triggers. That's how I'm seeing it, part two. um they see as well that they want to try and like lock you down. They want to try and possess you. I'm seeing the film. I haven't actually seen the film. I don't know if they've actually done the film, but I read the book Parfum, which is perfume, and it's about this crazy kind of like psychopath, essentially, who wants to possess, who has a really good scent, a really good nose for a particular perfume of a particular woman. And he wants to find like the best perfume. Like, it's not just like a perfume, like a spray, it's like the best scent. um and he like possesses women, and goes through like so many women in order to get to the perfect scent, and will do whatever it takes, and again, there are people that are just like, I would say dangerous, to be honest. They're dangerous. For those of you who, that anyway, you're very protected, and you're people see you as being very guarded as well, but also very open. So you're very guarded and open. You're very guarded to new people. You're very guarded to you have trust issues. People see that you have trust issues because, of course, why wouldn't you? Part two, they see you as people who are loving and open, and have this Venus touch, this Venus world, this Venusian energy about you, but you only open up to very, very few people. And unfortunately for you, Marilyn Monroe could be your heroine or could be coming in very strong, where these partners may have tried to control you somehow. They may have tried to control you somehow and say, and like being very kind of critical and say like, you can't wear this because that's too provocative, or you can't do that because I need someone who's a stay-at-home mum. Like people try to clip your wings, and Pole 2, I see that you would rather be alone, and I feel like some of you are mothers as well and are single, but I also see you kind of either living off grid or living in a world where you just don't want to be disturbed. But I feel like you're healthy. I feel like you've gone through a lot, and I feel like you are pretty much balanced now. And I think people see that as well. They will do, and I'm seeing people that will try and climb over your fence in order to come and see you, or even get a glimpse of you. Like people are obsessed. There are people that are absolutely obsessed with you, Pole 2. Absolutely, unbelievably obsessed by you. This card flipped out. 3 of Swords. Okay, so you're a bit of a heartbreaker. Pole 2. I've got paint on my nail there. You are a bit of a heartbreaker, Pole 2, which is fine. And that's how people see you. They see you as being a bit of a heartbreaker, seeing that you could hurt people. But I feel like also people see that you've been through 3 major relationships and they've all failed, so quote unquote, they've all failed, and they have also just people want to try and court you. They want to try and get your attention so that they could be someone who could save you. You bring about a lot of savior complexes in people. You also bring, and this isn't anything to do with you, this is just how people see you. They see you as someone that they would want to bed, they would want to be, and they will do whatever it takes just to be in your presence. You are giving off major stardom energy. You're giving off major star energy, without a doubt. Okay. And they will do whatever it takes just to get your attention, Pile 2. There are people who want, I'm also picking up on Taylor Swift, so you could be Swifties. Like, say for example with Taylor Swift, she's a creative, and so she talks about what she's been through in her romantic relationships through her music, because you know what, guess what, as a creative like myself, that's what we do. So but there are people here who intentionally want to be in your presence, romantically speaking. These are also even if you're not LGBTQ plus, like even if you're not LGBTQ, people of all creeds, all kind of physical intimate groups, let's say, want to be in bed with you. I'm hearing Pole 2, even if you may not necessarily. Okay. But you're a heartbreaker. Like people think because you're just so loving and sweet and like amazing and charming, people think you're flirting with them, and it's just really annoying. I'm picking up on, like, I find that you feel it's really annoying. I'm picking up on 33, so it could be age 33, or something important may have taken place where you had to learn quickly about something. Age 33. There is a star here, and you are guided by a particular guide. Now you have stellar energy. You are very celestial. You're very otherworldly, and you kind of are at a distance from a lot of people, Pole 2. And I feel like also you have this you have this star quality about you. Maybe you're being recognized for an achievement that only now in your later years, like after the age of 30, even 40, you're being recognized for. Okay, Pole 2. Oh my goodness, yeah, we have the shaman and cups. So Pile 2, I'm seeing here that you may have even come to a reading with me. You may have booked a reading with me for a shamanic, or even a shamanic session with me recently. But I am seeing someone who is very connected with Greece. You're very clairvoyant and psychic here with the dolphins. Pile 2, I'm also picking up on Egypt. So you may have had a very important dream or even plant medicine experience that may have connected you with another timeline that made sense to you, because you realize that you are that goddess or pharaoh from that timeline, Pile 2. And I feel like you really know who you are now. I mean, I think you always knew who you were, but I feel like you're more self-confident. I feel like people are perceiving you as being very self-confident as well, and very, very intuitive. I also see for some of you who aren't in a partnership, you will be attracting your partner. Okay, because we have the shaman and we have the priestess here. So we have two people who operate with the spiritual realm in the physical world. And this is one of your major passions as well, Pile 2. And people see that you are very magical, Pile 2, and you're also very spiritually connected. And they might find it a little bit scary because you sort of cast spells, and people just like Pile 1, this is where the crossover takes place, where with Pile 1 and Pile 2, where people might fear that you may have cast a spell on them because they're so obsessed by you, but you didn't. You never would. You wouldn't ever do that. I'm hearing you would never meddle. I'm also. I just heard philandry. I don't really know what that means, but philandry could be important as a word. But you would never meddle with those energies. You would never meddle with manipulating other people, and that's why people try to find and see if they can have a one-upmanship on you. So they try to control you, because so that way you can't control them. It's very weird and distorted. But anyway, that's kind of all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. It was a really interesting reading. That's how people see you. That's how people perceive you, Pile 2. If you would like a private reading with me, you can book directly on the website, which I will link below. Please just note this is a general reading, so this will not resonate for all of you. You may want to listen again to Pile 1, or go to listen to Pile 1 and Pile 3 even. But you can also book a reading with me, or even a shamanic healing session. Make sure to follow Abstract Medicine on Instagram as well. Go to abstract_medicine on Instagram for daily pulls, or like 3 or 4 times a week. Messages for the collective. All of my videos, all of my readings are completely timeless here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. If I leave you here, thank you so much, and please do press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye for now. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who picked the Starman Tarot, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for picking this pile. So we're going to have a look and see in the Starman Tarot how people perceive you, how people see you, Pile 3. So how people see you, Pile 3. Angels, ancestors, guides, how people see. Okay, so how people see you, Pile 3, is your people who kind of would prefer to cut their losses. I'm seeing the 8 of Cups. So I'm seeing someone who would rather cut their losses in an emotional situation that they may have invested their love and attention in. Maybe this is a relationship, or romantically even speaking. In order to have a more fulfilling experience. So they would rather go to their 10 of Cups rather than just stay in an 8 of Cups energy where it wasn't necessarily, I just heard, fully functional. Okay, so Pile 3, people see you as rather cutting your losses and just moving on to something better as well, essentially. That's what I'm seeing. That's the main message that I'm seeing, Pile 3. Pile 3, I just heard high self-esteem. So people see you as having a very high self-esteem, Pile 3. You have a very regal energy about you, Pile 3. Your demeanor is very tall and elevated. And even if you're not so tall, I feel like people see you as having a very, very elevated demeanor. You may have a very good posture. You may have taken ballet as a child. I'm also seeing that you have elevated yourself recently. So you may have stepped up in something, Pile 3. So let's have a look and see angels, ancestors, guides for Pile 3 messages with regard to This is really difficult to shuffle this deck because it's so long. How people see pile 3, please, Spirit. Thank you so much. I just heard take a chance, and I'm hearing that ABBA song, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. People want to take a chance on you, either through work or in relationships, no matter what kind of relationships they may be. They want to take a chance on you. Pile 3, you are also risk takers. I'm picking up on Aries, Aquarius energy as well as Capricorn energy. Okay. One more, my guys. Gosh, it's so much cooler down here than it is upstairs. It's like a furnace up there. I actually had to bring my plant down upstairs, downstairs, because I think it was just getting overheated. All right, pile 3. So let's have a look. Pile 3. Messages about pile 3 with regard to how pile 3 are seen by people. How do people see pile 3 angels in the light and protection and guidance, please? Thank you so much. How do people see pile 3? Thank you. We have the 3 of Cups. Okay, we have the 3 of Cups. How do people see pile 3, please, Spirit? 10 of Wands. Yeah, you may have let go of something or someone, or even a situation that was burdening you, pile 3. Strong Scorpio energy here as well. They see you as a great friend. Pile 3, this is not going to resonate for all of you, but pile 3 people, some people see you as someone they want to have a threesome with, or they want to be in a throuple with, or they want to put you in purposefully in a 3-party situation. So pile 3, you may be someone that people see as wanting to have an affair with, okay? That's what I'm saying. For those of you who are LGBTQ, I would say that there are people here who want to have you as one of their options, okay, in a romantic situation. We have the Ace of Swords. This did come out reversed, and I don't read reversals, but there is an energy of communication here. Princess of Pentacles as well. All right, let's just read these energies. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, you work hard. Okay, so pile 3, people see you as working so hard. This is the shadow aspect of Capricorn that I was picking up on Capricorn too. You work so hard, you work your heart to the bone, you work your heart to the you work and you grind, but you work your heart. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak. There you go. Here's the Ace of Swords reversed. I can't even speak. You work so hard that you lose focus, and you work so hard that you may actually experience burnout over and over again. So you may not necessarily be listening to what people want to say about that, but that's what I'm seeing. You work very hard, and I feel like you work so hard, but you don't get paid the amount of effort that you work. Pile 3, that's what I'm seeing. And that's how people see you. They also see you as someone who works very hard, but you lack focus and lack clarity. Okay, there's a bit of judgment energy with people around you, but let's see what else. Pile 3, people may see you as a little bit naive, and people may see you still having a student mind, even though you are an adult. You know, we all continue to learn through life experiences and just learn about stuff in the world. And there's no way that anyone can learn everything and know everything about the world, because that would be absolutely impossible. Even if they find or try to find some sort of technology that enables us to learn and know everything, it still won't be enough, because we can't know everything about the world. So who are they to judge you so harshly? I feel like people really judge you harshly, pile 3. I'm going to look into more of this because I'm kind of curious. Pile 3, how do people see you? Thank you. 8 of Cups. Seven of Pentacles, which we had earlier, just peeping through. The Devil. Pile 3, people see you as lacking focus and maybe being, I just heard, taken astray by other energies, by other people who didn't have good intentions. You may have, you may have, I'm seeing a group of people, I'm seeing Pile 3 for some of you. You have had a very difficult upbringing and you didn't have the right mentors or even family or even parents. You may have gone through foster care, which is, to be honest, not always the best. And there are very toxic things that happen there in foster care. And you may have really been lost and you've been trying to find your purpose for a while. And people see you therefore as lacking purpose, lacking focus. You there's a kind of like a hustle mentality here where you hustle, 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 but you don't really get what you deserve, you're saying. And I feel like you find life very unfair, Pile 3. You find life very unfair and very difficult. One minute you're chasing money, the next minute you're chasing, your emotions, and then you become over emotional. At least that's how people see you. People see you like choosing things that they wouldn't necessarily choose, that is very explosive and very difficult to handle. Situations or even groups of people. You may have, experienced certain gangs as well. Pile 3, lots of temptations that were kind of like a quick way to make money, a quick buck. I'm hearing, but like a quick buck. But I see that you know that you have a good work ethic, but people see you as maybe investing your work ethic in enterprises that are just schemes that don't have a good foundation. So they're kind of like, okay, pigs may fly kind of energy, you know? Like people see you as being very naive, Pile 3. People see you as being toxic yourself as well, Pile 3, because of the people that you surround yourself with and because of the life choices that you've made. But whatever, that's their issue, not yours. Pile 3, they see you as being someone who's very fun to be around. They see you as being someone who loves to party and loves to drink, but maybe you kind of overindulge the senses a little bit. So I would just say, as a message from spirit, to just balance that out, because too much of anything is never a good thing. So Pole 3, I see that you overindulge your senses a little bit. But Pole 3, I see that you are curious beings, and people see you as being very curious and wanting to learn and study and find out new things. And you kind of wear different hats. You have a real keen interest in the darkness, whatever that may be. Um, like you're someone who loves the Brothers Grimm, books, for example, or movies that they've made out of the Grimm stories. You are explorers, somewhere or another. You're here to explore life, and all of the senses. And I feel like you've seen so much of this world that other people haven't seen. And I feel like a lot of you experienced and seen a lot of darkness. Pile 3, you've seen things that people maybe even in your younger years shouldn't have seen. Okay, and that's how people see you. People see you as someone who loves to travel, someone who has very strong drive, someone who is has come out of their shell. I'm just seeing G, so G could be a letter that could be of significance too. Someone who's come out of their shell, someone who is very self-assured, but lacking focus. You could also be, people may be seeing you as someone who is actually looking at finding a way to learn a new language, or we have the Hierophant, by the way. Learn a new language, or even study new ways of communicating. So this could be going to a vocal coach, or like an etiquette class, or something like that. And I feel that I'm hearing that song by David Bowie, Rebel Rebel. So you are kind of a nonconformist, pile three. I feel like you are a bit of a rebel, and you don't. I feel like you're people that goes to raves, and you're really into the underground scene somehow. And I also feel like pile three, you are people who you could be quite young now, even. You could be quite now. So you could be under the age of 20, or you could be in your early 30s, but you carry an energy of a youthful spirit, okay? But I feel like something is turning in your life, and I feel like people are seeing that. And I feel like what's turning in your life is you're becoming a little bit more mature, and maybe you're kind of on the cusp of actually becoming more focused. Maybe you're on the cusp of becoming more focused because you are becoming a parent, maybe you're becoming a parent. Maybe you've been working so hard, to find money and hustle for money so that you can provide for your children. When you are a parent, you will do whatever it takes to provide for that child, no matter what it is. And I feel like people judge you harshly. People don't know the struggle that you've been through. They don't know the kind of childhood you've been through, Paul 3. And I feel that people see you as having bad habits. And maybe this is something that you're correcting. So, like, just a very, like, you know, um, general thing. Maybe you pick your nose, and maybe you're learning, like, you know what, maybe I should just get a tissue rather than pick my nose. It's not a very nice habit to see. Um, and I think that this is something that you're sort of perfecting. And how would you have known that if you didn't have parents around you that could have educated you well in that way, in terms of like good habits and like etiquette and personal behavior. And you could be going to behavioral psychologists, by the way, but people see you as having bad habits. People see you as being overindulgent. People see you as working hard and hustling and kind of pretty much all over the place, to be honest. Your energy is very scattered. People see you as having a really good time, but they don't see you as someone they would necessarily want to commit to. There are enterprises that they don't want to work with you for the long term because your energies are all unfocused and really kind of scattered. Now, what I'm seeing is that I think that something could be changing internally within you. And maybe this is because you're going back to school, maybe you're going back to university, college, or taking a course in something so that you could become more focused. Pile 3. And I'm seeing here with the Hierophant that there is an energy about you that is a bit more methodical, a bit more institutionalized as well. Pile 3, you may have even been institutionalized, and that's the thing, that whatever it may have been, maybe it's about going to prison, or maybe going to a hospital to treat your mental disorder, or whatever it is, or your obsessive habits. That very thing was actually the blessing in disguise, and I think that people are now going to be judging you in a different way. Because I think you found your innocence here, pile 3, with a lamb. Yeah, we have a lamb here. So the very thing that you've been trying to rebel against actually is the very thing that you are going to be going towards. So some of you could also become teachers. Some of you could even become nuns, or even priests. Pile 3, or even at least an important teacher. We have the student here, and we have the teacher. So I feel like pile 3, as the old saying goes, when the student is ready, the master appears. And I feel for you, pile 3, the master has appeared or will be appearing very, very soon. And this person is going to help you to focus on your light body, help you to. So you hear my tone is changing now because I feel like I'm tapping into a very sweet, loving individual who wants the best for you and doesn't want anything from you. I feel like people have taken advantage of you, pile 3, one way or another, and I feel like they've corrupted you. I feel like a lot of you, your childhood has been corrupted, and I feel like you're going to get a mentor, an advisor, someone who is very sweet and loving to you and has very healing energy, and who wants to really focus on your soul. This person wants to focus on your soul. They want to focus on your improvement. Now, this could be a person in the physical realm, or this could be a person who is ascended. I'm picking up on an ascended master. I am picking up on Jesus, Yeshua, or Isa, however you wish to call him. I'm picking up on him because this is the energy of the Lamb of God. He's not here to, um, you know, to judge you. He's here to love you, he's saying. There's also Muhammad as well. So for those of you who have been rebelling against your religious beliefs, and people see you as doing that, as like rebelling against your culture, or rebelling against your religion, I'm seeing people who are Jewish, I'm seeing people who are Muslim, who are Christians, or who are non-religious people. I feel like you are going to be following this creed, methodically, even religiously, or at least in the very least spiritually. And I don't think you're gonna know. I don't think people are gonna know this. So yes, this is a reading about how people see you, but I don't think people are going to see this aspect of you because they've only seen you in this way for so long that they think, well, this is how you're going to be for always and ever. But I feel like this person, this master, is going to heal a lot of your pains. This is someone who you can talk to, who you can confide in. All right. And this person is going to say, don't allow people to treat you and in any way other than how you feel you deserve. Okay. This person is going to be activating you internally. This person is going to be arriving at the right time. This person has the key to unlock closed doors within your heart space for so long, so that you can have a better life, an easier life for yourself. And I feel like you're going to be going through a time where you could be very moved, emotionally speaking, because someone is going to be seeing you for who you really are, maybe even for the first time, pile 3. This person has very healing hands. This person also wants to balance out, whether they are in the spiritual realm or in the physical realm. Wow, I just got a headache because I feel like that I shifted a little bit. This could even be Metatron, Archangel Metatron, by the way. This person is sorry, I just got really lightheaded for a second. This person is very powerful. They have a very powerful energy. This person is going to shift your vibration. This person is gonna ask you to seek peace. Now, this could be a book. This could be a book where you find a mentor, you find your teachings and your teacher through that book. I have these amazing books at home, and there's a book. Let me just go and see it. 1 second. There's a book by Rick Rubin, which I would highly encourage for you to read. It's called The Creative Act, and I feel like he could be a great teacher for you. I'm also picking up on Russell Brand now. So the thing about Russell Brand is he could be, and he is a mentor for so many online on YouTube. You can find your mentors anywhere nowadays. This could even be Jordan Peterson, but this is someone who has really transformed their lives from addictions, and he's someone who is still in recovery. That's how he sees himself. And I feel like people are going to be seeing you differently now. Once you start on this journey of recovery, on this journey of transformation, is what I'm seeing, pile 3. That's kind of the main message, to be honest. I feel like that's what wanted to come through, pile 3, for you. And we have the 5 of Wands. So, you may have been very combative. You may have been very difficult to deal with and even defensive. And it's because you hadn't learned how to master your feelings, pile 3. And I feel like people would see you, or even still are seeing you, as people who are very defensive, very conflictual, very argumentative. But when people are like that with the 5 of Swords as well, and the 5 of Wands, it's because they've gone through really difficult cycles. We have the Emperor here. You know, you might have father wounds as well, and you could be a father. Aries energy here picking up strongly. But I feel like you're going to be in charge of your business. Very strong Aries, Virgo could be even possible. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You're going to be mastering something, and I feel like you're going to be in charge of your enterprise, your business, and I feel like you're going to wow people, especially those who had harsh judgment over you with the Judgment card. The Ten of Pentacles is you're going to be very wealthy. You know, all that hustle and that grind is actually going to be paying off in due time, because you're going to have an opportunity here with the Page of Pentacles that came through, where you could be receiving an opportunity for work, a career, a new chapter. This is a new year for you. People are going to wish they treated you better, is what I'm seeing here for you, Pole 3. That's all for now. I hope this message resonates for you. If not, just check Pole 1 and Pole 2. You can also book a private reading with me if this message has connected with you so far, and you want to go deeper into your situation. You can book a private reading with me directly on the website. Please also press the like button down below and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed reading your energies, and I'm really excited to hear about this situation. Maybe this person's already turned up in your life, this mentor. You know, I do feel like it's mainly a masculine energy. So let me know how it resonates, and also maybe even put it down in the comments below how this resonated for you. Um, I'm wishing you well and keep you posted. Thank you so much, and see you in the next reading. God bless. Take care. Bye for now.